I'd like to know your point of view.
I'm assuming you're there. And so I recorded something last night. I was going to put it up today because it's my husband's birthday. But anyways, I was taking too long editing it, so I decided to hop on here and just go ahead and put a live episode on, even though I'm a little bit late. And today I'm going to talk about how to get rid of the narcissist. How do you get rid of the narcissist in your life? If there's someone around that's got a malignant pathological narcissism problem, whether they're borderline or psychopath or whatever they are. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do is realize that they are ruled by really pretty much two things. There's just two reasons that they were with you in the first place, and that is that they find you. You have things about you that they looked up to, that they admired, and you were exciting. And so the two things the two things that drive them away are the two things that really drive them at all are boredom and envy. And so the way to get rid of them is to work on those two things in that particular order, in fact. So if you want to get rid of them, just be really boring. And this is where the gray rock method comes from. When they talk about the gray rock method, that's what this is all about. You basically want to absolutely stop doing anything that you were doing that was stimulating to them, that was exciting, which they find arguing exciting. They find that, stimulating. They love to argue, so do not argue with them. Do not, basically, and this is like assuming that they're like hanging on, they're living with you or something, and you really want to get rid of them. Stop doing all the things like, if you were a great artist or something, or you like to dress up and go out dancing or whatever, stop doing all of it. Stop wearing makeup. Stop going out. Stop being a great hostess with their friends or your friends. Stop socializing at all. Stop doing anything that's what they really enjoyed about you. Just stop doing it. Stop arguing with them. Mostly stop arguing. That's the biggest one, is stop arguing. When they ask you a question, just give them just the answer, and that's it. I've been talking about this for a few different episodes now. I've been talking about how to stop overreacting, or how to stop the negative reactions. This is kind of along the same lines. It's sort of in that same series, because it's basically how to get rid of them is basically right in line with stopping the negative reactions. You stop reacting and they'll go, because they really don't experience boredom the same way that normal people do. To them, boredom is just really, really oppressive, and they can't stand it. So there's that. And also, stop giving them anything to be envious of. So, which to them, that is anything that, like if you are great, you have great friends, and you have a great social life, or you're really pretty, or you're really smart, or you're really a stimulating conversationalist, or whatever it is. Just stop doing all of that. Stop all of it, and keep your interactions down to just a bare minimum. If they say, you're trying to turn the kids against me. Why don't you, when am I going to see my kids again? You're just trying to turn my kids against me. Blah, blah, blah. Don't get engaged with that. Don't deny anything they're saying. Don't get involved in with their accusations. Just say you can see them when the parenting plan says you can see them, which I guess is next Tuesday or whatever it is. Just give really matter-of-fact answers. Don't pay. You got to let go of what they think of you, what they're saying about you, because guaranteed what they think of you and what they're saying about you is really awful. So you got to let go of that. Just, and know that it's not true. Know that whatever they're thinking of you and what's saying about you, it's not true. And you know that. And so just let it go and don't worry about it. And also, such if they say to you, like, this is one thing my husband said to me. He was saying to me that I was boring, that I gotten really boring. Well, I know that's not true, because he wouldn't have been with me if I was boring, He was saying, you know, you've gotten so boring since we've been married, blah, 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 and, you know, it was like 10 years in, and I knew it wasn't true because, he was still with me. He wouldn't have been otherwise. Also, you can stop doing all the things for them that you're doing that's making their life so much easier, you know, which is, this is one thing I really went the wrong way with this. I took such good care of my husband that his life he had it made being with me. So that prompted him to stay. I was trying to get him to stay, though. I wasn't savvy to all this. I wasn't ever in the position of trying to get rid of him. This is a little bit different for me. I don't have this personal experience. I don't have this experience personally, but I have talked to enough people that do that I can talk about it. So just know what they're saying isn't true. Be boring. Be the gray rock. You know, gray rocks are boring. Be beige. Just what was this saying? My mother used to say something like, what is the mother of the groom supposed to do at a wedding? It's like, shut up and wear beige or something like that. Okay, I guess that's what you're supposed to do. Just shut up and be beige. Be beige. And now mostly this works. There are reports that sometimes it doesn't work or it escalates, and you can count on it escalating at first. It's going to escalate at first because they'll get frustrated and they'll try to say as much as they can to get to provoke you. You know, so it's going to get worse before it gets better. But if it gets so much worse that they're actually, you know, becoming scary and physically abusive, call the police and get out, let them deal with it. Don't ever put yourself in any kind of situation where someone's being physically violent to you. Get out in that case. You just get out and deal with it later. Let the police deal with it. So, is it fair? No, it's not fair. It's not fair, but none of this has been fair. None of it has been fair, and it just isn't fair. It's also not complicated. It's really not complicated because as confounding as these people can be, they're really very simple. They're just very childish, and the reason it's confounding is because adults don't behave this way. But if you can think about little children and how little children behave, and then just give them the tools and the resources that adults have, and you have a dangerous person on your hands. You have a person that's got a child's mentality about the toys in the sandbox and everything is mine, and they're jealous of little Johnny or whatever. You take that up to the adult level, but that's basically what you have, and you have somebody really pretty dangerous. And of course, if you have a sociopath on your hands, they're also pretty devious. So if you have an overt narcissist on your hands, it's much easier. It's not any more, it's not any less painful, but it is easier. They're going to be more overt and more clear to see what's wrong with them. It'll be more plainer to the eye than the sociopath or the covert narcissist is. Okay, so that's basically it, you guys. Just to get rid of the narcissist, you got to do, there are two things that are driving them. It's boredom and envy. So don't give them anything to admire, to be envious of, and don't give them anything to stimulate them or give them to make their life exciting or interesting or anything like that. Just be boring, and they won't be able to stand it much longer because there isn't much to themselves. They don't have much inner self, and so they are easily bored because if you're not stimulating them, they can't do it for themselves. So they have to go out and get it somewhere else. So that's how you'll get rid of them. Okay, you guys, thanks so much. Sorry I was a little late. Like I said, I wasn't planning to do it today at all because it's my husband's birthday, and I've been a little bit laid up with a back issue. So, but I said I would go ahead and come on here and give you this episode on how to get rid of the narcissist. All right, thanks a lot. Bye-bye.